possible $70 game prices are kind of worrying me, so I thought I'd put a little video just explaining some of the problems I see and some of my thoughts on the whole matter. So I'm sure like myself and many other gaming nerds, you're pretty much basking in the warm glow of Sony's PS5 reveal. Honestly, that conference was so good and so promising that it honestly took a shit on Microsoft. It really did at this point. Plus the prices of the consoles, Jesus, though not as cheap as the Xbox Digital, you still pretty much get a bang for your buck. Seems perfect, right? Except, what about the games? Now, if you're new here, be sure to subscribe to see more content like this. It's free, and if you do enjoy this video, you can always unsubscribe anyways. No biggie. Alright, you see, at the behest of this epic launch of games releasing with the PS5 console on day one, the prices are kinda high. Kinda high. Take Demon's Souls, which is fully dropping at a fat $70 tag, which could definitely mean a similar price for the UK, if not just a few pounds lesser, cause fuck knows what our currency is anymore, and it's also 80 euros for Europeans. This is huge for them as gaming prices have always been unfair for them. It's always been set at a very high price point for Europeans. It's just now everyone else is starting to see the same thing attack them. Destruction All-Stars also prices at $70 too, which lets us gamers know that something is coming, something that could change the industry. In 3 ways, here's what could happen with these increase in prices. 1. Now, not every launch game was $70, but they're starting to pepper this price point into games now, and it's getting scary. This is due to the fact that many gamers already feel games are pricing themselves way too high currently, due to the underhanded flurry of microtransactions and DLC eating the gaming market. So now if the industry is going to keep shitting out microtransactions to the PS5 next gen, why would you want to pay $70 for them? This is terrifying as it sets the ball in the courts of lazy developers. You know the ones I'm talking about. It sets the ball and tells them that it's okay to keep shitting out unfinished games or half-released games with content being held back for DLC, like we always saw with some Ubisoft releases, a lot of EA releases, and even Bungie, dare I add. I'm still not over Destiny. Now, we have to hope this may do the opposite to decentivize these practices, as they're just stealing money from us now. But I fear they won't due to the unregulated greed of the gaming industry. So the first increase in prices might set a really bad precedent for these companies. Another reason this pricing point of $70 might get scary is because if you didn't know, the world is sort of going through a recession right now due to this little guy known as COVID. See, most people have been made redundant from work or have had very limited pay from jobs, as you know, because the world is on fire right now. Sometimes actually literally on fire. So upping the price of games during this period might not be a good idea as income is decreasing across the board. Yet Sony and other people believe inflation is the underlying factor to all this price changes, but that's the problem. Prices are going up, but incomes aren't exactly rising with them, not especially at the same rate. So I hope Sony and the gaming developers recognize this and take it easy with the prices, because as of now, the PS5 is already priced enough to get people sweating. Though the actual prices of it is actually quite reasonable. You can see the prices here on screen. The last reason these disc prices rising could be very unnerving is due to the fact that it may mean the worst for digital PS5 owners. So I'm sure a lot of us younger folk talk about the digital edition and how we're gonna get that, and we're very excited because most of us don't really play disc-bought games. At least me, I could say. At least, nearly all my games are pretty much digital. So Sony wins big because the $399 for the US or $359 for the UK price point seems like a loss at first, until you learn that half of Sony's gaming profits comes from the digital market. So they're being very smart, but that's where a problem now lies with $70 games. You see, the disc games are $70, but a lot of Sony's profits, like I said, come from digital PS Store purchases. The digital prices of games could be just as high, if not higher than the disc versions of them. Because if a lot of people buy the digital PS5 more so than the original, which I'm actually predicting, Sony and the developers will have more of a profit to gain from them, so they may end up raising prices on the PS Store to quell the demand. Simple economics and business. So this is kind of unnerving, as we already see, at least in the UK from my perspective, that PS4 digital games are definitely way more expensive than disc games. Okay, maybe not way more, but they're pretty much expensive, more expensive. So if this carries on in the PS5 era, it could be a lot worse and trigger a lot of the other points I've mentioned and maybe new problems that I haven't even covered yet. So we've really got to cross our fingers that this practice doesn't come into full effect for every game, or if at all. Because if it does, there may need to be regulations of developers to up the quality and the practices they use for their games. If not, we're all screwed. So those are my worries with the new gaming price points of the PS5. It's not the most crazy complex video, but I just thought I'd put the opinions and points out there. Leave a comment below and tell me how you feel about these prices. If you like them, good for you. If you don't like them, I feel you too. Like the video if you enjoyed, and also again, please don't forget to subscribe. It costs nothing. So thanks for watching.